Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And here with me today, I have another diamond in the rough for you guys to meet. His name is Jalen Jackson. He is a running back out of Villanova. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Villanova did pretty well for itself this season, man. I mean, you guys had a pretty deep playoff run, and then, get a little bit of respect there in the CAA, and you yourself had a pretty solid season as well. But Jalen, before we get talking about more things, just go ahead and set the stage, man. Tell us where you're from, and we'll go from there.
So like Jimmy said, my name is Jalen Jackson. I'm from Richmond, Virginia, where I went to Thomas Jefferson High School, played football all 4 years at Thomas Jefferson High School. My first 3 years was a little rocky at Thomas Jefferson. Like I want to say my first 3 years, I won about 7 or 8 games. So we wasn't really that good my first 3 years. And then senior year, that's when we turned the switch on. We had a couple transfers come in, um, and we took off from there. We ended the year, I want to say 8-4, and that was the best season that Thomas Jefferson had in history. Of course, so just this past season they went 10-0, so their first undefeated season in school history. Back in 2018, we won our first home playoff game ever in Thomas Jefferson history. So yeah, I'm just excited, to be coming from where I'm from and accomplish the things that I accomplished.
Cool. Yeah, man, Thomas Jefferson High School there in Richmond, Virginia. And then, of course, obviously, eventually there to Villanova. Let's just talk just a little bit more about Thomas Jefferson there. Um, I was looking up a couple of things on you there. I want to say you played basketball maybe for a little bit,
Yeah,
but then
my first 3 years I played basketball there.
yeah, and then I saw somewhere that you actually did a little bit of quarterback. Can you kind of elaborate on that?
Yeah, all right. So Thomas Jefferson High School, it's a small city school. And if you're from Richmond, you know that like all of the ballers and all of like the great players, they go off to the county. They don't want to come and play city ball. So actually, I had the opportunity to leave Thomas Jefferson and everything, but I just didn't want to leave the coaching staff. And actually, my mother, she's the secretary at Thomas Jefferson, so I didn't want to leave her side as well. So I stayed, and they just pretty much put me in anywhere I could fit. I was playing running back, I was playing quarterback, kick return, punt return, like just anywhere that I could fit because like I was versatile, whatever. But yeah, so I played quarterback my first couple years. It was cool. I did a lot of rollout passes. I'm only 5'9", so can't really see over the line like that. You see what I'm saying? So at the quarterback position, it was a little bit hard, but I was just out there, just being an athlete, making plays, threw a couple dimes, had a lot of touchdowns. My junior year, I primarily played quarterback and a little bit of running back. But my senior year, that's when I switched over to full-time running back.
Well, I mean, hey, I mean, when you're in high school up in your 5'9", I mean, you can kind of get away with being a quarterback at
Yeah.
that level. Certainly see very few of those guys at the collegiate level, but obviously running back seem to fit you best. Um, so obviously out of Thomas Jefferson High School, like you said, I mean, really didn't really hit your guys' stride until your senior year. So I would imagine maybe the recruiting wasn't optimal. But how did that go coming out of high school?
All right, so my first couple years, my first I want to say 2 years, sophomore year, freshman year, I was going around to a lot of camps and stuff like that, to try to get noticed, because nobody really knew about Thomas Jefferson. Like I said, my first couple years we was not that good, so it wasn't a lot of coaches coming in and stuff like that. Junior year, when coaches started to see my high school film from junior year, it was 17 minutes long. So a lot of people wasn't looking at all of that, but I started it off with mainly my punt return, my kick return, a couple running back reps. I threw some quarterback reps in there as well, and I started to get noticed. I want to say my 11th grade summer going into 12th grade, and my first offer I want to say was UVA Wise, is a D2 school in West Virginia. So I was very excited to get that because not too many people was getting, looks, let alone offers from my school. So then the offers started just pouring that summer. I want to say it was 2017 summer, so going into 2018, the offers started pouring in. Um, my first CA offer, well, first Division I offer was Delaware, and coming from Villanova, that's like one of our rivals. So it was kind of weird looking back now because it's like I go to Villanova, and that was my first offer, Delaware Blue Hens. So yeah, after the after Delaware offered me, the offers just started pouring in. I want to say I finished with, I want to say like nine offers, one including the FBS, Old Dominion University. So I was just excited to stay where I was and pull all the offers in that I had.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously be nice to stay a little closer to home, but I mean, ultimately found your way there to Villanova, which again is like in the Philly area for people who don't know. So, bro, tell me about Villanova. I know that place has a great history. Um, it's interesting because I mean, I think a lot of people see Villanova as a basketball school, man, but they got a good football program too. So, but talk to me about the university, man. What makes it special for you?
I feel like the university is like no other. I mean the relationships you build there, the different networking events that they hold there, and it's a lot of people that went there and was successful in life. So I feel like Villanova puts you in the best positions, to set you up for life after football. If you're an athlete after your collegiate sport is over, I think they just put you in the best position. And also I like the motto that the Villanova football team uses, tap the rock. Um, so it's not about like, it talks about like not about being like just be consistent in everything you do. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't get results and the first couple times, just keep tapping the rock and everything will work out for you no matter if it's you're going through a rough time, just keep coming in and having that same mentality and being the best person that you can be, and everything will eventually work out for you. So me coming up, being from Richmond, Virginia, it was a lot of things that I had to face in my life where it was like I don't know how I'm gonna get through this. But going to Villanova, and they teaching me the parable and teaching me, the way to tap the rock way, it really helped me with my life and it got me to where I am today. So
Cool. So, let's talk about some football. So, one thing that I've kind of noticed from Villanova over the past few seasons is you guys just kind of have a way of having like a little bit of a running back by committee. Let's
yeah.
just be real. And so each person there over the past several years just kind of brings, you know, their their side of the whole running back core. But I mean, obviously you being a part of that, being the leader there for the running back group this season. Um, how else would you describe that offense?
Uh I feel like our offense is very versatile. We got a lot of people in the skill position room. You got a lot of great offensive linemen. Um, I just think Coach Chris Bolden, he understands his guys and he understands who he has in the in his offense, and is geared to get his players or his ballers the ball, at any time. So, we'll come out, we'll spread people out sometimes, and just go straight gas, straight inside zone against them. A lot of RPOs and stuff like that, that give the defenses a hard time. And then we can also switch it up and go a three-back personnel, or we can go a two-back personnel. And, it really messes the defense up, as far as them scheme-wise. So I think we do a good job, scheming defenses, coming out and executing. But yeah, I just think Coach Chris Bolden does a great job, doing what he do as far as putting the players together and getting the ball to his guys.
Yeah, and obviously you're running back there in that offense, and bro, let's just be real. I mean, there's a ton of running backs out there. So what's the one thing that sets you apart from everybody else?
I just feel like the grittiness I play with, and anybody that can see my highlight tape and stuff like that, they can see it, and I display it. And when I run, you know, um, everything I've been through in my life and stuff like that, I just put it out on the field, let it all out. Like I put my heart into everything that I do on the field. So I think that's what set me aside. Also, being that it's a lot of running backs in the running back room, and all of us, me, D. Will, and TD, we did a lot of different stuff, but we also had same similarities as well. So I just felt like, as far as like catching the ball and stuff out the backfield, they just like TD or D. Will more than they like me. And I didn't get a chance to, express that and show that in this offense. And, it's nothing wrong with it, because we was winning and stuff like that. So like I wasn't really worried about it. And I love my guys. I love, everything. I love everybody, shining. See what I'm saying? So yeah, I just felt like I just can't wait to get the opportunity, showcase my hands and showcase my skills that I didn't show during the season.
Well, I mean, I think at times, I mean, they just kind of feed the hot player,
Yeah, yeah,
and
sure.
you yourself, I mean, had a pretty solid season. Recently named second team All CAA, and this close to 1,000 yards
Just
on the season. Maybe one more carry, man, you could have done
yeah,
it. I mean,
one more would have did for sure.
it's all good, but again, ended up having a solid season. Went 10-3. Win a couple rounds in the playoffs. How did you guys, kind of, I guess, keep that consistency throughout the season, man? Like, how did that work?
First, we understood that everything is about us being Villanova football, us being a brotherhood and stuff like that. We stuck together, and we gelled tight. And I think the biggest thing was, like, before the season, everybody had these speculations of us, going like back in 2022, we wasn't that good. We fell off a little bit. So everybody had this thought of us, that we didn't have it anymore, that we wasn't a good program. So they picked everybody else in the CAA before us as far as, rankings and stuff like that. So we always kept that in the back of our head, like, and charge it to the game. Like, we just got to work. Like, this, here's what people think of us. We know we are not this. So we got to, get together and gel together, and to make sure everything is what we preach. You see what I'm saying? Tap the rock mentality. We kept that in the back of our head as well. We knew games in the CAA were going to be tough. We knew we were going to be like face adversity and stuff like that. So we just thought to ourselves, like, just keep tapping, just keep believing in each other. Everything is about us. Don't really get caught up in too much of what the naysayers is, got going on, or what they're saying. It's about us. So that was the main thing.
Yeah, and dude, the way the CAA is it's so damn competitive that
Anybody can beat
each and
anybody.
every year, anybody can win that thing.
Yeah.
And so you guys you kind of tied Albany there at at the very end. I'm not sure who did they give them the nod because of the head to head, or how did that work out? I'm trying to remember.
Um, Honestly, yeah, I think because they won the head to head, they got a higher seed than us, but we were still seeded. That's all that we wanted. So
It's hey
yeah,
man, I mean, there's
it's,
respect all around is basically
yeah, for
what I had to
sure.
say. So
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
two teams in the CAA seeded at one time is that's good for the CAA. At the end of the day, we play each other, stuff like that. But if you're a CAA, team, we still root for each other. So
well, Jalen, you had multiple games this season where you went actually over 140 yards rushing. So,
mhm.
when you think about some of your better games, better moments, is there maybe a play from one of those games or any other time throughout your career that kind of sticks out, man? Kind of share one of those moments if you don't mind.
uh, I got a couple moments, man. I'm gonna miss this place so much, man. I got a couple moments. Obviously in 2021, winning that first CAA championship, and also getting a victory over JMU. Like, they pretty much run through the CAA every year. So just getting that victory, and I didn't even play in that game. I was suited, but I didn't even play in that game. I didn't get reps in that game. But just being there and being in the atmosphere and being in the moment, seeing my brother like Justin Covington play, and D. Will Barley and TD Ayidojayi, like seeing them play in those games, it was just like, man, like I really love this place, man. I wouldn't cherish, like, I would cherish every moment, like I wouldn't trade this in for the world. And then also, fast forward 2023, winning another CAA championship, twice in 3 years. That obviously, say something about, the program and stuff like that. So, and just being one of the older guys, being a leader on the team, accepting the role that I had on this team, and then going out and winning that championship, it was just, it was huge. It was huge. Like like I really can't explain the feeling. And then like I said, everybody didn't like nobody thought that we were going to be there at that, this season. So going out playing the number 6 team in the country, Delaware, and then winning the way we did, it was just like it was unbelievable. And then one more memory, just being in the film room during meetings with Coach Josh Fletcher and the guys, and not just always talking about football, talking about life, getting to know each other, getting to know one another like real brothers do. So I'm gonna definitely miss that brotherhood that we had in the running back room as well.
Well, I mean, Jalen, you've been at Villanova for a good long while, and you've grown into this, you know, solid, not just athlete, but young man. I mean, you've gone through a lot of personal growth, and I think maybe perhaps one thing that really helped you get there was maybe that 2022 season, man. I mean, and I got to ask this question this way, what a guy's character is really like, when they show you how they respond to adversity. So
Mhm.
talk me through that, man.
Just so that season and just handling adversity that season. All right, so going into the season, I'm like, hey, I'm about to be that, that guy this year, somebody that, these coaches, gonna look for to spark the offense and stuff like that. And actually January, no, June, the last winter workout, um, tore my hamstring issue. Going into the season, with the expectations that I had for myself and the guys this season, it was just a lot going on at the time. I battled my way back and made it to the first game. The first 2 games went well. Third game we played Army. That game went well as well. So the fourth game of the season we go up to Maine. So we go up to Maine. I want to say the start of the third quarter, toured again in the game. So it was just like, man, like I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, man, like what am I gonna do? Like, I don't even know if I can, have the strength to do this again. Like, how can I come back? I didn't know if I was going, come back from one, let alone two in the same year. It was just like a lot that was going on. But I knew I wasn't gonna handle it by myself. Like I said, we have a brotherhood in the running back room. So all of my guys was there with me, going through the process with me, calling me every day, coming in my room, check on me. And then another thing, Coach Mark Ferrante does a good job. He has an open door policy. So like any of his team members, like um, any other members on his team can come in his office at any given time, long as he's not on his Zoom calls. But anybody can come to his office, talk about anything, like anything that's going on at home. If you're going through, personal issues, you're going through injuries and stuff like that. He's just an outlet for us. He's just a great outlet for us. So I would definitely say, going going in his office and talking to him as well as the team members and my teammates and stuff like that definitely helped me through the process, as well as my parents and my mom and the support system that I got back at home. I still talk to my high school coaches, like all of them. I can call them anytime. They know exactly what to say, to get me out that hump. So uh yeah, that was just the main thing, just having that big support system and people that I can fall back on at any time or call any time of the night, morning. It doesn't matter. Like that definitely helped me through this process for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously 2022 didn't work out the way you wanted, but this past season really wasn't so bad, man. I mean, again, you guys doing very well, having a very successful season,
Mhm.
and you yourself, again, nearly 1,000 yards rushing, second team All CAA, very accomplished running back there. Your last season, kind of finishing strong. So, nice to be able to bounce back and have the season that you did. So.
Sure.
Um, Jalen, I do want to take a little bit of time to chit chat with you about something other than football for just a minute. So, anything else about you that you want to share? Your hobbies, interests, passions? You have any secret talents? Like anything that you want to share about yourself?
All right, so growing up before, I mean, I was always into sports and stuff like that, but growing up, I play a lot of instruments as well. So
All right.
that's something I want to put out there. In third grade, I had a solo. I played the tuba. So I had a solo playing the tuba. So, that's a real big deal. So,
Yeah.
yeah, back in third grade, and the tuba was the heaviest thing ever. I used to walk to school with that tuba every Tuesday and Thursday. It was just the craziest. But yeah, that's one thing. So I like to play instruments and stuff like that. But another thing, I look forward to like life after football. I look forward to being my own entrepreneur and stuff like that. Looking into entrepreneurship. I'm in the midst of creating my own foundation. It's called the Rough Diamonds Foundation, and it's basically just to give back to everything that made me. So I'm a big community guy. Um, I'm looking forward to doing, youth events, mentorship events, Special Olympics, and stuff like that. So definitely want to get into stuff like that because, like, back in high school, every day on Fridays, I used to go into the special needs rooms, and whether it was reading to the kids or doing different activities, painting, board games, Uno and stuff like that, just to put smiles on their face, and it actually made me happy, and it made me the man that I am today because I want to obviously keep going with this, like I said, with Special Olympics and different mentoring events and stuff like that, toy drives, coat drives, and I'm a big community guy, so that's the biggest thing for me.
Cool. All those things sound very neat. Obviously also showing, your passion for other people, the community. I mean, those things are great, things to be able to share. Um,
Yeah.
Jalen, right now, I mean, obviously, we are looking for you to, get into the league here very soon, get noticed by some scouts, get that opportunity. So, um, what's happening right now, man? I mean, you training somewhere or what?
Yeah, so actually, I leave on the 31st. Training start the second. I'm going to go down to Miami and train at Bomarito in Florida. So I'm definitely excited for that. I can't wait to get down there and get to work with the guys, stuff like that. And I know a couple of other guys on my team, going down to Florida as well. So I'm happy to see them in the next phase and the next chapter of this life that we're about to enter. So yeah, I just can't wait. I'm excited for it.
Cool. So, I'm thinking maybe, a guy growing up in Richmond. I don't know, who was that one guy that maybe perhaps you, I don't know, maybe idolized, wanted to be at the next level, somebody who was playing your position. I mean, who's that one person that you know,
All right, so
wanted to
I
be?
kind of got a, I kind of got a two people. So in
Sure.
current, so right now I kind of model my game after a guy like Josh Jacobs. The stuff that he can do out of the backfield, his power. He can run you over at any point. He can also, shake you up a little bit and make you miss. Um, he shows good hands. He's very versatile. He's got a burst. He's not the fastest guy, but he has a burst that is good at the next level. And another guy I model my game after, like a Jalen Warren, like a short, thicker back that can pass block really well. Catch out the backfield if needed. Run the ball really well between tackles and stuff like that. Ability to run you over as well. Very physical and a bruiser back. It can also make you miss in space. So those are two guys that I model my game after.
Well, hopefully here very soon, man, you'll be playing alongside those guys. But we got to, finish the training, work towards that pro day and impress some people, man. But for anybody who might be watching this video, why don't you tell all these scouts that they need to take a chance on you, man. I mean, give them your pitch and close us out.
All right, so scouts, GMs, and coaches and stuff out there. You're gonna get a guy that's gonna come in and put his heart into everything we do. You're gonna get a guy that believe in the process, that trust the process, know that everything isn't gonna be given to him. If you want something, you're gonna have to go work for it and take it. You're gonna get a guy that's real gritty, that's gonna add some grit to your roster. And I don't matter. It doesn't matter, how I get it. You see what I'm saying? Like I just got to go out and perform. And you're gonna get a guy that's also when he get the ball, he's gonna be productive and everything. I think I finished the year 7.4 yards a carry. So that's crazy to me. So yeah, you're gonna get a guy that's very productive when he get the ball in his hands. You know, he's a team player as well. You know, it doesn't matter if he gets the first carry or the last carry. He's going to be the same person regardless. You know, in the rotation. So that's my
I mean,
pitch.
over 7 yards a carry is pretty damn productive.
Yeah,
That's pretty nice, man. And I know obviously, man, if you get that opportunity at that next level, I mean, you'll be able to showcase that once again. So, Jalen, appreciate the time. Wish you all the best, and you take care. All right.
appreciate you too, my guy.
All right. Once again, Jalen Jackson, running back, Villanova. Check this guy out.